a day. Damn, it's already been 14 hours. Alright. Well, obviously you can't take anything you hear on the internet for real, so let's just move on. I remember this thing. Oh shit, it's actually a hammer. Well, that's cool as shit.
I can organize perfectly. Here, what should be here?
Go ahead and pop that in there. Okay. So let's kind of go over what has happened. Well, I mean, not a whole lot's happened, but let's get you guys caught up. So the big thing that's going on right now is we are trying to get ready for the weekend, and we want to do one alchemy run of demi-humans so that I don't have to constantly be buying them. But the issue is I don't know if I can get it all done in time, but we're gonna try. So this morning I did a truffle run. We got most of the truffles we need for one run. I'm just doing one 3,000 run. It'll be one cooking station each. So that's something else we needed to do. We need to log over to the fucking shit. Where are they? I can't tell from these images anymore. I literally can't ever find the... Ah, there she is. We need to get the alchemy stations done. But I don't... I know we gotta gather some sap today. I know we gotta gather... the mushrooms, I'm probably gonna have to see if I have to buy them. It's most likely... Oh, shit. I forgot we had moved her over here. I kind of worked through it all, and this is kind of where I'm sitting at. We need 1,968 amanita mushrooms. I need 2,265 ancient mushrooms. I have the bluffer. I have everything except for the 1,000 truffles. I'm not going to worry about the truffles right now. I'll just grab them in the morning. Do an early truffle run, and I should be able to grab the 1,000 of those. Honestly, I think I'm just gonna buy these. I need 2,265. Alright, so now we need to go to Gramps, which I think is up here. Yeah, old blacksmith. And
my name. Do you want to work until you're old like this? Or do you want to?
put these in Heidel. So that's 27 of those. We got those to get. And then I think I'm gonna go ahead because I don't know if I can do the Amanita yet. We'll see. I gotta go gather those here in just a minute. Actually, out of curiosity, what do we need? It's the rough stone. Okay, I can polish that up and I can get another batch going. So let's do that before we take off, because that's 30 minutes per craft. Thankfully, Friday's a bank holiday, so I'll probably chill out Friday. Yeah, like this is gonna hurt to do this. I just need to pop that in another hour.
Are you here to pick your item? Where did I store it?
Alright, so while that's processing, so we got the mushrooms there. If they're there, I guess we'll just go ahead and buy them, and this way I don't have to worry about it. I can just keep breeding them up. It is Manita. There we go. Yeah. And we need 1,968 of these. So that's taking care of that. Let's see here, Mandela. Fine, welcome in. Let's see. Okay, so we'll go gather the ash sap now. I need 4,000 of that. I've got 283,000 traces of nature, so I mean that's good. I need 75,000 of it. Fruits needed, I need 6,000. I've got 18,000. So, I mean, we're good there, but I do need to start buying fruits. Honestly, we may just do a deep investment at some point in the near future. And just buy a lot. I don't know how many... what are they called? Spellbound Catalyst we're going to need, so I don't want to go too deep on those. I want to buy the literal bare necessities of that. Because I would rather spend it when I'm doing... I'd much rather spend that when we are doing the version for money. So we're gonna prep for that. Then I think we're gonna go do an hour at the... I guess for the record, we'll do a gathering coral spot. If there's nobody really there, we'll do a gathering version. Take a spin on that and see how it goes, and depending on how much time we have left, we'll do potentially do a hunting version of that. If we feel like we need to be, if we're too low on it, because again, the idea is we want to go in to Friday, Saturday, Sunday having the elixirs to, if we're gonna grind at that point. We may end up doing life skill stuff. I don't completely know yet, but the idea was the weekends would probably be better for that. So we're gonna take a stab at that. And I think, we may end up YOLOing the alchemy clothes real quick, just seeing if we get a tap or two on it. I don't want to spend too much. It is 3 billion a click, a little over 3 billion. Actually, how much is it? It is 1683, I think. It's 1.6 times 3 million. It's actually 5 million a click. So I don't want to go spending too much on that right now, because that's just not something we have the money for to truly buy it. It would take on average 60 bill to guarantee it, which is wild to me. It costs 32, but it's on average to get it, it's 80 bill. But that's how shit works, So it is what it is. But yeah, I think we'll take one stab on it, see what happens. And go from there. Because, the 100 mastery is nice. The 10% experience is cool. I'm not really super fussed with that. But the extra mastery does make things be a little bit better in terms of procs. It's not that we're really Imperial trading anything, so we're not getting the value out of that. Imperial alchemy is, last I checked, is still not possible. It's doable, but it's not possible. And that was something I really was working on back in the day, of trying to get the trying to get that balance. So let's go up here to you, start. Yeah, that can work for a while. Let's make another 20 of these. So it's a 6% chance it requires 1 stone.
I never leave this storage, not for a single day.
So I need to buy 1,360 more if I'm going to do 2 taps, if we need it. All right. Did it not draw the stones out? Does it have to be in there? Yes, it does. Okay, the more you know. All right, 6% chance. Can we just get lucky and let this be it? Nope, of course not. Oh, why would I want to think about getting lucky?
One lapis lazuli,
All right.
one hammer, all I need to
1360. All right, one more shot. So let's get lucky this time. Let's get pen, cooking, alchemy clothes. Nope. Not even close. All right. Well, that's all the clicking on that for a while. Now here's the wild thing. In theory, that's 10 bill worth of cronstones we just sucked into. And the thing's only 30 bill. Alright, so we're gonna go gather ash sap. Okay, so we got that. Oh yeah, I don't have them on me yet, because they're still on the Guardian from earlier. Alright, we've got that. Let's go ahead and go do the gathering. Whoops. On the Meiwa. Damn it, I left the donkey gear on the donkey, so I'll have to take that off at some point. Alright. Get these mushrooms planted and changed over. Also, I cleaned that up a little bit, so now the list is a little bit easier. Always forgetting one of them. Hate the stupid mole event. Shit, I didn't mean to gather that. I fat fingered it. Alright. That should be it. Yep. Fertilized. Well, yeah, I do keep one in there of each. Just to keep it organized. Yeah, the rest can just stay in there. It's going. Hanging in there. Another long day and just ready to chill out. How about you? How's it going? How you doing today?
Need to use the storage?
Been better? I hear ya. I hear you on that one.
Have a pleasant stay. You can keep more goods if you get a house in town and use it for storage.
Oh my gosh, we've actually been getting a shit ton of these through the pre-order. Like, we've gotten, I think, 100 and something crystals so far, and, like, 100 shards. So, I mean, it's adding up. We don't have to grind nearly as long to get some of the stuff done. Alright, well, let's go turn this party up and go start sucking trees off. Try to get this done. Thankfully, we won't have to do too much of this. We just need to get like 4,000-ish sap. And then we'll be done with the sap gathering. And then we can go do other things. Brain's not braining. There we go. Yeah. They didn't have as good of a month from what it looks like. Lost about 100,000 in revenue. isn't terrible considering there's not been much going on. But I also think that's I think that's just part of it. I don't think it's necessarily a horrible bad thing. I just think it's part of the state they're in. They're not going to have every week be an absolute banger. No, I don't. That's a game that unless somebody shows me something, I don't keep up with it. I don't go searching for it. And shockingly, it hasn't popped up. I hadn't seen anything about Epic 7 today. Damn, of course they would. That's so very them. That is so very them. Made a fresh account, made it to Abyss Floor 80 in 5 hours. With those characters, that's freaking funny. He's on. Help him get his contribution and his cooking level. 6 poisons? That's wild. I wonder if they're going to nuke him when the event's over with. Or are they going to let him actually stay kind of semi-broken? Or if they expire. That's another thing that they do. Oh. Like, the way I look at this is we're getting just some sort of EXP. The first to apply infinite uptime invincibility. There's 2nd April. Big update. Oh, you mean like the where they do the new year of Epic 7 update? Big and worth playing again? There is nothing that'll make that game worth playing again for me. The dev team completely ruined the PvP aspect of the game. But I'm sure on the PvE side it's probably still pretty interesting. Because the story was always cool. I always had a good story. Grab the birch. Because it's here. You know, it's odd. I hadn't actually got that mini game. Yeah, it's up. Okay. I'm just getting insanely unlucky. RTA will never feel good again because of how they've balanced the game. They've ruined that aspect of it. There is nothing they can do at this point. Like, that ship unfortunately sailed. A lot of ideas could make it interesting, but the way they've balanced it, it's cooked. Alright, we're at 1,700 ash set. I mean, the MLs are always cracked, so that doesn't surprise me. It's always the thing that gets banned. Oh, hey, we finally got one. I was about wondering when you were going to show up. $320. Actually, we need to pop a gourd. Well, I really didn't need to do that. Hunting's not going to take a ton of energy. Well, okay, hold on. I was going to do the gathering version. Yeah, never mind. That was totally why we did that. Never got into BDO. It's a life choice. I mean, you gotta think, I've been playing this since 2016 when it released. So... absolutely life choice, yep. You don't choose BDO, BDO chooses you. I'm on PS5 and it just felt shit. I mean, that's also a reason why you probably didn't like it, is the console version is not the PC version. I mean, that's very much how it goes here. Like, console got an easier game, and a slightly different game, too. Like, it's still BDO. It still functionally does a lot of what we do here, but it's not the exact same game. It was dumbed down in some aspects. Micro, but it was dumbed down. Because there's just certain things that the console couldn't do. Like, console never got Vel. The console literally would explode trying to do Vel. Well, it's not that the console port gets cucked. It's that this game was never designed to have console in mind. Like, you have to realize, this game was designed long before they ever thought about putting it on PlayStation 4. Because this originally started on PS4 and Xbox. And Xbox could not handle it. I had the original Xbox. It couldn't run it. So I went and bought an Xbox One X. It still couldn't run it. To put this in perspective, not even my... I had a RTX Titan X running SLI, and I still couldn't get 60 frames a second on that thing back then. Like, I could get, like, 45, 50 was, like, the best I could get then. So, it was never made for console players. $3,700, we're almost done. So, I mean, that is something to technically consider, is just, it wasn't meant for console to begin with. They did a pretty good job, though, I have to say. From what I played on Xbox, they did a good job making it feel like Black Desert. But they really messed up with the progression system of that. You can try Neverness to Everness, aka Anime GTA. No, probably not. I don't actually really like Grand Theft Auto too much. Like, I've played it a few times, but I'm just like, not for me. $4,000. All right, we'll gather like 1 or 2 extra trees just to be safe. In case my math is off by a little bit. All right, cool. Alrighty. So that one's done. So let's go drop this off at the storage. I need to clear out all my stuff that could potentially pop for gathering, because we're going to do a recorded run of this. Played it years ago. It was fun with people. See, that means you're playing Grand Theft Auto Online. Playing, like, GTA by myself was... It was interesting. I played I remember it was me and my best friend. We went the night, I think it dropped to Best Buy, and we picked up Grand Theft Auto 4. And we messed around with it for several hours, playing it, handing it back and forth, doing stupid shit. But just playing GTA by myself, I don't get why people are so fucking obsessed with the game. It's really a fucking dumb game when you actually get down to it.
Welcome to Velia. Need to use the storage?
Like, it's literally just crime. Okay, so we don't need these. We don't want those. None of this other stuff can drop.
You can keep more goods if you get a house in town and use it for storage.
Okay. One last look. I don't see anything that says it's been all right. Busy. On the eternal grind. Just taking it one day at a time. Okay. Oh. I mean, I can't complain. I'm here. I'm alive. So. Let's go see if we can find a spot. We're going to try gathering this for 1 hour and then... we will move on to the next. I'm gonna hop off to bed. Take care. Nice to catch up. Yeah, totally, man. Good night. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your evening. We'll see you later. I'm gonna be here smacking rock crabs. We need to see if we can aggress those little shits. Okay. See if anybody's here. I don't think without the Drac I'm going to need this large of an area. So we'll see how this goes. Okay. We're gonna use the horse as the timer. Pop buffs. Does this take Agris? I don't think it does. No, it's not. Okay. Doesn't take Agris. So we're just gonna chill here for 1 hour, get some data, and then, you know, we'll have first impression data, which is nice, but it's not, you know, you can't take it, you know, completely as this is gospel yet. You have to put at least 5 to 10 hours in each spot before you can say, okay, this one's definitely performing worse or better, because at that point you get about 10 interactions with it. You can get a decent average, and it gets more accurate the more you do it. But the issue also comes into, did you have gathering events and stuff like that? But right now, while we don't have any event, this is the best case scenario because there is no gathering event to flex the numbers different during the middle of the gathering. So we can see 1 hour back to back and compare notes. And we're also getting different materials too, so I mean that's something else to consider. But that's why I said it's just data collection right now. Whoop. Whoop. Wrong one. Whoever designed this minigame needs to be fired. This is the worst of all the minigames. I'll take the leather tanning one. That's still better than this crap. So my money is on this hypothesis. As long as you've got the minigame, this is going to shit on hunting. Period. So if you got like a minigame event, I think this will outdo it. Because the minigame's where it really gets spicy in terms of the gathering aspect. Because that's when you have the chance to proc that 50 proc. So don't want to be popping whale pots by accident here. But if I get more than 280, then we need to take note of how many times we got the minigame pop-up of it. So we're getting the minigame, but we're not getting the coral added into it yet. But I mean, for me, you know, it just doesn't matter if what we perform. We're getting the coral, 1, and 2, we're getting rough stone. Because we just converted, what, 25, 28 alchemy stations? I mean, we got Narama making all the beer. I'm gonna have to make all the alchemy. Greetings, adventurer. We're letting you know about Garmussy is not spawning because we're changing the loot shit here in the next patch. Just in case you don't know, we're going to post this every few minutes so that anybody who logs on is going to see this notification. And no matter what, you can't turn it off. just making sure. For some reason, at one point I thought I didn't have the right artifact on. The lone dot. Come on, give me the 50 proc. Nope. Still won't give it to me. My hedgehog's like out, right? Yeah, my hedgehog's up. He's full. Do your damn job, little buddy. You can do it! Wait, is that coral mineable? Yes, it is. I'm not gonna grab it, but that's interesting to say the least. Alright, this will be the one. I can feel it in my bones. Never mind, it was just 20 Caphras. So the thing that we gotta remember is, for every 1 hour we do of this, we need to at least get 90 coral at the minimum, because that's how many we burn every hour of grinding. Which is not good. Alright. She's gonna strike us down. Oh no. Whoops, I completely missed that one. Surely this will be the one, right? Nope. Not even close. Like, we're getting everything but that when it procs. It's like, no, we're not going to give it to you. But then here's the funny thing. The last, like, 10 minutes, I'll get it, like, 5 times in a row, and it'll be like, oh, yeah, so, JK, I was just, waiting for you to, get to the end. And another one bites the dust. I mean, that'll be something to pay attention to, because, I mean, if we write that we never procced the 50, that's something to take note. How many times in an hour do we go and not proc a 50 proc? Or the multi-proc of it, I should say, during the, process. Because we got the minigame a lot. And, like, when we do tests, I don't normally like to look, because I don't want that to influence how we grind. Like, trying to push to get more, or getting lazy because we're absolutely killing it. So it's just like, you go one route, you go one path. You just stay consistent doing it, and when it's done, it's done. Alright, next up. Still none. Alright, we're officially halfway through the grind. I mean, they definitely know what they did here. This is definitely a boring spot in terms of loot. Like, at least at Pilgrim's Haven, you're getting a bazillion other things, but it's also not interfering with the coral. It's literally basically just rough stone and coral. But the coral needs to be buffed, I think. Some. Honestly, we're probably making semi-decent money with that platinum. I mean, I'm not saying we're gonna get rich, but that platinum's doing some lifting, too. I mean, this definitely woke up on the wrong side of not wanting to give me anything at all. I've honestly lost rough head count of how many coral I have. It's more than 100, less than 300. Alright, surely this is the one. Nope. You wanted to proc on the coral? Not happening today. This is why we test things. This will be a very interesting test to put to the side. Because here you're going to have potentially a test where you don't get any procs. Where you get a lot of procs, but just none on the coral. All right. So last I checked, last night we have about 14 bill and crates already made and up in Yoke Joe. So that's nice. Nightmare Witch, hello there. Welcome in. Good afternoon, evening, morning. How's it going? Welcome to the last 20 minutes of this little test grind. Oops, whiffed. We are getting stiffed, too, on the energy proc. Not giving us any, So, last night, I did a, I logged 1 hour over at the Platara Mountain Ridge hunting the, wild version of these crabs. Now I'm doing 1 hour, another 1 hour test of, gathering them and trying to see which one is more efficient. Just in a first case, first glance scenario, and then it comes down to actually, like, putting in several hours of grinds on them to see what it actually goes out to be. I'm doing alright though, about to do some cooking and alchemy while I wait for my energy to gather. Nice. That's kind of, I'm also trying to get ready for alchemy. Trying to get ready to make some of the perfumes of tenacity. I see, I was actually planning to test that myself this week. Well, I can give you here in 20 minutes, I'll have my first data point on, I have the one already for the Platara Mountain, but I can give you a first data point off of this here in 20 minutes. Now, this one I've been boned on. I haven't gotten the 50 proc on the minigame. So, right now, we're not getting, this is probably like what the worst case scenario will look like if we go the full hour without it. So, but we know how RNG works. We can get 5-6 energy procs right at the end and they'll all be there. Honestly, I'm not even gonna bother with that event. But I mean, it's also going to be telling as if this does end up gathering more than me hunting. Because I got 3 bosses? Yeah, I got 3 bosses yesterday when doing the hunting. So that does kind of act like a mini game. But I'm trying not to look because I don't want to change performance based on how my coral is going. So we're just kind of doing the grind and then we'll look there at the end. That's 2 of those mini games. I know I need it for the manor stuff, but I'm just like, at this point, I'd rather put all my energy into this instead of mining up that for energy. Because Pilgrim's Haven, I don't give a shit. I'm just trying to dump energy when I'm there, so I can burn it all I want there. No, it's an April Fool's joke. Welcome back. No, that's just an April Fool's joke, by the way. Oh my god. The April Fool's joke is me not getting the coral proc on any of my gathering attempts today. No, that number doesn't even touch what I've spent in BDO. Oh, shit. Yeah, and one day I would have problems. I would have problems if I was... That's some serious gear gambling at that point. Shit. I think my Discord notification when I sent it out on... for Discord was, my last stream ever, I'm pregnant, and I put something else on there. Another one. Hold on, what else did I put on there? It was last stream ever, oh, and I'm pregnant, and I also started OnlyFans. There you go. That's pretty much been the, things I've seen today on X. The posts from everybody. So that was my Discord notification going out. I spent, have a manatee who has 7,000 in the past month or so. That's wild. Yeah, I've never done 5 figures in a month in BDO. I've done 1,000 in a month for sure. I've definitely done 1,000 before. Because, I mean, back in the olden days, shit to re-roll was like $500 if you wanted to move all your skills and everything over to a new class. Holy shit. I mean, then re-rolling was a commitment. Because it was $300, I think, total to roll all your life skills over if you were going to move them all to one character. And then if you had to move any around on, if you had, so let's say you had a character who had, I'll give you an example, because this actually happened. So I always had master traders on several of my classes. So before they had that reroll coupon, I actually went and would grind out master trading on my new alt. And then whichever one ended up getting higher, I kept, you know, kind of dealing with it. But then when the reroll started and you could switch the coupons, oof. Then you had to move your skills to somewhere else to move so that you didn't lose the EXP, so you had to move it to somewhere else. Yeah, I had Guru for cooking on like 4 characters. Never rerolled anything. And that's smart. Once they brought the combined skills, it made life a lot easier. Because now it's just, do you have the costumes or stuff? And if you don't have the costumes, cool, then you can either not use them or you can pick them up. Alright, final 10 minutes. So now the question is, do we get a mini game with it and ruin the streak? Or are we about to go on a hot streak and get several of the coral pops? Like, we're literally in two really weird places right now. We're in a place where I don't want it to show up, and there's also that whole point of, I kind of want to see it come back and rally with like 4 or 5 procs back to back to back doing it. But then I'm going to be also kind of pissed because then I was like, damn it, I almost had the worst case scenario recorded. And it would fuck me up right at the end. So I'm like, I got 2 ways of looking at this. Both kind of suck in their own way. It also sucks that Agris doesn't work out here, so that kind of can't help you cheat at all. But it's good, then that means that's one less Agris spot you need to worry about when it comes to life skills. Means I can save it for shit that matters. Ash Sap. Like, holy shit, Ash Sap. I think the 2 places I normally use it the most is... I mean, I use Agris a good bit when gathering, but... it's normally Ash Sap, Thuja Sap, because that sucks having to go gather. So I want to spend as least amount of time doing that, so I'll always do that. Snowfield Cedar, I'll do it if I'm, like, really behind on it. And if I've just got my 20,000 daily Agris, once I've burnt it down, then I'll pick the one thing that needs it the most and go spend it on it. But with the Cedar Sap spot that I found and mapped out, that actually provides a good amount of Thuja. I just don't get enough for everything. So we have to go up to the Land of Morning Light and go grind it out some there. I swear, I'm starting to actually get nervous on those energy procs. Like, I want it. I want to see it. But at the same time, I'm way too invested now. I've put 55 minutes into this shit. I want to see it 1 hour of me getting fucked. Listen, if I got one in the first, like, 15 minutes, sure, great, cool. I'm all for it. But now that I've been 50 minutes with getting Ophir... how many ever of these we're deep in now? Yeah, I don't want to see the coral show up at this point. Ruin my streak. For once, I'm actually betting against the system. And then I get to look very sadly at my inventory and go, well, it could have been this. Another one bites the dust. God. Oh, it hates me. I have a former guildmate who went an entire season with no 50 procs too. They actually asked me to go out there and test it because that's insane. A whole session. And you probably walked out first one, boop, 50, I got it. And they're like, okay, I'm dropping guild and killing you now. I have always been able to use that threat, but me being GM has really stopped me from being able to use that. Because trust me, I mean it. I mean it. If I didn't have GM, I would totally do dumb shit like that. He was already in another game. Oh, that makes it even better. Then you just flag up and kill him. Fuck it. I've got no shame. Hell, we used to shy sacrifice before we would go out to do sea monster hunting. Because we always had our pocket shy with us. We'd go up to the top of Koila's Eye and we'd go out and sacrifice to the sea monsters, the shy, and I kind of nearly went red one day because I didn't realize they had no gear. And I already kind of had low karma as it was that day, and I nearly went red killing them. Hold guild on the guild galley at Vel. That's fucking hilarious. The name Blood Queen for it too. Applause. Actual applause. I appreciate that. I mean, I used to have a -1 mil alt. I mean, she was the best thing ever. Will Grief for Spot should tell you everything you need to know. When I tagged and I switched over, you knew you have fucked up. If I pulled that out, it was over. And the best part was the salty tears are like, ha 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 ha, you're red. Be like, oh, I eat shit like you for breakfast. Then when they changed the karma laws, I was like, all right, screw this. It's not that cool anymore. Like, the unfortunate thing is at one point I was -1 mil. I was just like, all right, screw it. I'm tired of like trying to do shit on her. So I finally just deleted the character and started over. So that one never actually went -1 mil. That one's been like negative like 250,000, but never -1 mil. I have karma recovery lightstones. That's amazing. All right, we're almost done, and then I'll tell you the damage of the two grinds. I mean, the amount of times I've had to go grind Mancha Forest because I absolutely went a little too balls deep. It's been a lot of Manchas being killed. Let's just put it that way. Couple Karma Scrolls. Leave me alone. I might get an ogre ring while I'm out here. Alright, kill one more for shits and giggles. Ah, shit. I'm gonna have to delete that Vanadium. I grabbed the rock. The Vanadium doesn't count. Okay. So, for 1 hour... Oh, shit. I actually got more coral, I think. Let's bring up Garmoth. All right, so we got to create this because this spot won't exist in my thing here. So let's see here. Grind tracker. Life skills. Add spot. Still. Add spot. Okay, we got coral. Ah. Yeah, I'm going to create my own. I don't trust this one. So we're going to do stone spot. We're going to call this Still Coral Grove. And the main thing is obviously rough stone. Then we're going to pick the coral. Okay, so then we want to add platinum. Silver. Rough blue. Rough translucent. Then we'll put in the coral, just regular coral piece. All right. Then we're going to do trace of nature. And then imperfect flora, black gem fragments, sharps, spirit powder or ancient spirit dust, Caphras. Yeah, Caphras. We'll add the fairy powder, and then fairy breath. All right. Create spot. So, add session. 1 hour, no agris. What is my gathering mastery currently? 2295. All right, and then we walked away with 4,134 rough stone, 386 coral. We got 180 plat, 33 silver, 44 of the blue, 70 of the translucent, 42 of the pieces, 34 traces, 3 of the imperfects, 30 gem fragments, 30 sharps, 125 spirit powder. I'll do the Kaffers in a second. 587 and 477 on those. And then Kaffras, we got 33. So this spot made... We're not selling any of this because this is all used. So this made 1,485,000,000 in the 1 hour of grind. And 0, my notes were 0 coral procs on mini game. Save. Okay, so let me do this so you can take a look at this. We're gonna show do this. Make it a little bit more snug. All right. So for the moment, so this was the run we did to just now, which isn't terrible. And then we go look at the hunting spot. We take a look at the Platara Mountains. I got a 1,673 rough stone, 796 platinum, 280 coral with the mini game. 34 coral pieces, 6 of the Flora light stones, but I did get 4 furniture pieces. That was cool. We got Breath of End Times. We got a couple of Nymphs songs. We've got Sharps, Black Gems, Gems, and Concentrateds, Kaffras, Fire Horns, of course, Wind Sparks, and Artifacts. And this also clocked in at 1.4. So they're roughly the same amount in terms of money per hour. But if you're wanting coral, based off of my worst case scenario, gathering it is currently better. Now, this is where the time comes into the grind for this. And we actually need to now put multiple hours down to get that actually as an average, not as absolute one-off grind. But what happens when we get mini games? Is that 500-600 an hour? What happens if we get more bosses or I get better at shooting those little bastards? Does this go up, or is this actually pretty capped? We'll need to see that as this goes on. So, for test and task side by side, still Coral Grove actually gathering this. This isn't terrible. It's, let's see here. That's giving me 10, 12 coral pieces, right? So I get 12 elixirs right there. So that's 3 full hours of grinding in just that right there. So not too shabby. You know, we made it. It's not terrible. But now we just need more data to really dial that in more. So repair. All right. Yeah, and it does not, absolutely does not take aggros, so... Sad, but good. But that saves aggros for something more important. I'm going to take a stab and see if the truffle rotation's open. And maybe finish that up real quick. Because I only need 1,000-ish truffles, so like 3-4 channels, and I'd be done. So I'm going to try to go to the... I'm going to check the guild channels just because no cooldown, but then I'm going to hop over to the ones I'm about 90% sure aren't going to have anybody on them. But if I get them on the guild channels, I'll just cycle through those. But if not, I'll probably take the long rotation on the Olvia servers and abuse those while I have access to them. Oh. Alright, so that's pretty cool. Okay, in terms of the next step, it's probably prepping to do the alchemy run. Do another blood check. Yep. I won't get shit for EXP on them, but means most people probably aren't thinking about stupid shit like that. Do a blood check, even though I think we're good. We bought the mushrooms to speed that up. It's probably a trace and, I think it's a trace, or no, a fruit thing I think we want to check. Because I've got to make at least one batch of 3 or 4 oils. Alright. Just go run up there. Actually, I should have just changed. No, it's fine. It's fine. This is fine. Oh, hey, my crates came in. Yeah, let's go ahead and send these to Yokojo. We've almost got this min-maxed. Most everything has the thrifty A, B, and C on it. My issue currently is the... my issue is normally the, how do I want to put it? I don't know. Anyway. Alright, screw this. Let's hurry up and get there. So I know if I need to go do other shit. Because, like, I know I can grab this in the morning. Like, it's not terrible. Like, I didn't get to get the second... Like, I got the morning rotation, but I didn't get the afternoon rotation. I didn't feel like spending an hour and 45 minutes gathering every channel. So there's a chance I've let them go. But once I get it in my control, for the most part, it should stay in my control. Alright, survey says... they're dead. Yep. If these are dead too, then it's 100% been hit. Okay, so somebody forgot this one. Are they respawning? I think they're respawning. Or somebody doesn't know the rotation that well. And is derping off up here. Okay, no, they know about those. Okay, so this is an inexperienced truffle hunter. Yep, they don't know about this one. Oh, this is some fucktard who doesn't know about truffles. Okay, that one's been hit. That one's been hit. Alright, let's go to the obscure one. For this loop. This one is like you're killing time to come up and grab this one. It's here. Okay. This may be on the edge of them spawning in. So it's definitely been one rotation. Okay, that one's been hit. That's been hit. That one's been gotten. Okay, so this is definitely either somebody who doesn't know the rotation well enough to do the tight channel loop. Or these are just spawning back in. Because there's that one. And there's that one. Alright, I guess I'll pop the guild channel over one and see what that looks like. But I'm not too optimistic with it. I think I may be better off on other channels. But I need 1,700, so I would need at least 5 or 6 channels. Like, cleanly. Or I do 3... I need to do the Olvias and do the big loop. No, these have been hit. Alright, I'll go around just because now I've got the cooldown, I think. No, I don't. I think I'm catching them on the respawn. I don't think they're quite spawned in yet, but I don't think this has just been recently gathered. Let's check these. Let's go check that. See if it's in the same order. Okay, that one in... I'm nearly gathering the same ones. Okay, there's no way I get these. Yeah. Alright, so then now it comes to the other one. Okay, this one's been taken, so okay, so they do. I'm catching the respawn. Alright, so this person knows what they're doing. It's just I'm on the respawn, the random respawn of them. Alright, so we'll loop around and I'll go to the Olvia servers, and I'm about 90% sure I can grab those. Yeah, that one's been gotten. Okay, so the main channels, I gotta keep up on them. If I'm gonna have control over the truffles, I've gotta hit every time on the respawn. Yep, that one's been hit. Three deep and one shallow. Okay, we're gonna do the Olvia servers. I'm not gonna screw with it. Yeah. Alright. I've got another character I can jump to if I want to screw with the PvP servers. You won't catch me dead on a PvP server with a blue name. Not dealing with it. 3 shallow, 2 deep. Yeah, it should be bright enough for nighttime here. It's been forever since I've done the gathering here. I can't remember if I had to crank my contrast up for this crap. The question is do I just want to go ahead and run the full big loop? Because I don't quite remember it, but I kind of know where I'm gonna. I know enough to be dangerous. Because if we're gonna do the big loop, we're gonna grab this. Then we're gonna go grab this one. Here. There you are. Hello there. Whoop. I almost forgot. I'm getting too antsy. Yeah, no, I grabbed that one already. Okay. Okay, so now we go up. I'm going to be struggling for a while on this. Because I remember them, but I don't, like, remember where every single one is. And then I'm pretty sure one's, like, directly up and over. Is there not one, like, right around in here? Or am I thinking about that they're a little bit lower? I think they're a little bit lower. There they are. Grab you. Grab you. Okay, now... Was there one that got... Yep, there was one up here. To this one right here. And then... There is one. There we go. Right here. God, I am digging deep into memory on this. I think we said the one that's down there isn't worth going to. So I think it was up here. To this. These two over here. I think this is as far down as we go, because I don't think there's any here that's worth getting to. I think there might be one like down there, but I think that was the whole point of that, is it was just too much to get to. Okay, so then we would swing up, I think, this way. And there should be a truffle. So it should be like coming over the mountain. Yeah, because you'd come over the mountain, you'd be coming down. Maybe I'm thinking about a different spot. I swear there was one like very visible, like right around in here. Was it up in this patch? Like, I don't really remember coming up here that often. I may have taken the wrong turn. I may be on a different road than I wanted to be. Because this isn't looking right. Because there should be several by now. I think I'm one road to... I think I'm one road too high. Because there should be truffles all along the road that we're walking. And there's not. Because it's that road is, I believe, the road that they're all on. So I think I did go up the wrong. Checking up here. Because I remember there was one or two up in this type of idea by a couple trees that you wouldn't have caught just normally. Like, you had to know they were there. You just weren't passing those. Yeah, we got off on the wrong road. Okay. Now we're in the right area? Okay, here's this one. And then there's one more. I can't remember. I think they're on each side of the tree. Yep, there we go. Alright. Easy truffles, easy truffles. Then there's one right here. Truffle right there. Don't think there's any deeper. I think these are all shallow on the road, like right here. Because the way I remember it is, you should just go around the road right around this fortress is all you need to do. They're just right here. That's where they all are. Okay, truffle right there. There should be one like right over in here. Odd. I don't remember gathering that one. Oh, wait. Is this one? No. Oh, I hate gathering up here at night. Because that light pink kind of turns into that rock color at times. There should be one... around in here. Okay, there's that one. There we go. It was right there. I mean, this is like running off of shit memories from early summer last year. Alright, then the truffle down here. Truffle right there. And there's gonna be truffle there. I don't think there's any more there. Here's that one. This one's off the road. I remember that. This is that one right there you'll miss so many times. Oh, I almost looked past it. I earned my title well. Expert truffle hunter. Then we got this one. I don't think there's any up here by this. Because now they kind of get sparse right through here. If there is one, it's like right around in here, if I remember correctly. And I think that's it. I don't think there's any more up here. I think this is the point where you whistle your horse and you go back down. Just check. Because you would start seeing them somewhere around in here if you were going to start seeing them. And then you got this one right here. This one. And that one. And that, I think, is the full large loop. Plus minus 1 or 2. Alright, so in that loop, we got 600 and change. Getting there. The issue is I don't have all the random channels to pop around with, so that's fine. We'll get what we can get here in the next channel. And I think we'll probably call it quits. To me, we don't have a ton of energy left. And off we go again. A couple mini games could help make it up. Okay, so we're gonna gather this, go up, go around. All right, got those now. Shit. Thankfully, that's not that far down. Yay, minigame! 3 shallow, 2 deep. Minigame! Hooray! I always thought there was one up here for some reason. Thank you. Is there one up here? I'm just losing my mind about. Because there's a few that are actually, like, impossible to gather that if you find them, you can't gather them. Because the way the angle that they sit on. I think you can jump down there and there's one, but I'm going to skip that. And say we did. Okay, there's this. Then we make the turn. We see those over there. Grab this one. Okay, yeah, this is it. That's why we jumped down. Okay. Grab you. And then I think we're just going to say loop here and go back. Because it's called good enough at this point. Okay, we got that one. So now it's time to start making the loop around. There's one back here. I'm like 99% sure. Because I remember like scrubbing the mountains trying to find that shit one day. It's in this weird ass spot. there's one up here. Because I know there's one up by a tree in one of these weird little coves. And, alright, we'll just go ahead and grab this one here and move on. No point in bothering. This one's devious because of how it's planted. Just enough in the mesh stuff, you can't see it, but it's there. That's just an evil plant. Have some fruits. Don't mind if I do. We like those chests. Aha! A wild truffle mushroom has appeared. There we go. It's this is what I was missing. I knew it was up by a tree. Yeah, because you grab those. Okay, yeah. I mean, realistically, spend enough time up here and you'll learn where they all are over time. Here's the one you'll miss. I even think there's one down there somewhere. Like, it's just too far down out of the rotation to justifiably go down there. Yep, there it is again. Almost went past it. These and the rocks are just devious. All right. There's not one up here. Okay, so we're pretty much now ready to grab you. And then yeah. All right, horse time. Grab you. And this channel is done. 1,080. All right, I'll do the last Olvia channel. I'll do the last Olvia channel. Oh. I'm exhausted. Hello there. Did you actually spend that much today? No. I had to come up with something for April Fools, and that was about the only thing I could think of that people might actually half-ass believe. Because I'm pretty sure if I just opened up with "I'm pregnant" on the top, nobody would have believed a damn thing. So I felt like that was the next closest thing was I spent 10 grand in a day on Black Desert. Yeah, no. Nope, nope, nope. Honestly, I don't think there's really much left for me to spend on in the game. I mean, yeah, there's probably always some, like, little small nitpicky thing to show up. I didn't actually believe it, but had to ask. I mean, that's a great way to start. Just buy outfits and deck everything. Let's don't and say we did. I would actually like to have my money do something besides just get flushed down the toilet. I could be geared in one day. You're right. And it'd be fun watching money literally light on fire. And then it kind of comes down to what's the point? Like that's always my argument for it. Like what's the point in rushing other than to be the best? I get it. But like where's the fun in any of that? Yeah. How's the goals coming along? I mean, they're going to be pretty much a standstill now. Because most of the low-hanging fruit has been taken care of. So right now is more prep than anything else. Because what we're going to do is I'm going to do some alchemy to make some potions so I can go do some grinding and not have to buy them from the marketplace, even though I could totally just buy them from the marketplace. But I have this alchemy skill, I might as well put it to use. So this will take months. It's gonna take more than a day. That's for sure. Well, okay. I mean, let's put it this way. The 50,000 hours, like, let's think about this. 7 days a week times 24 is 168 hours. Minus, what is it? 5 hours the game is down, so you're down 163 hours a week. Times 4. You're 600 hours every month. So, I mean, and the fact that I'm already 45,000, whoops, 45,326 hours out of the out of the process. Yeah, no, we'll that's actually stupidly closer than we think it is. That's why I kind of memishly put it there. Is I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not hitting this, but you know, it's technically possible. I mean, eventually, yeah. I got turned around. Shit, I went too low. I mean, here's the thing. I have 1 year of everything. The only thing I need to buy is 60 days worth of value packs. And I have like 180 day or 380 days worth of all buffs if I was just to pop them all. I do not have to spend any money on the game. In terms in terms of like buffs. The meme goals, yeah, no, that's they're there to be slightly dumb. Even if it was the last thing that happens, it can happen. You don't have to do anything other than keep the game on. Yeah, no, I mean that's the real sauce. Just keep the game on and you're gonna hit it. AFK fishing, doing something, processing, it will get hit eventually. The one meme goal that I actually semi always wanted to do is the level 69 420, but I'm gonna tell y'all right now, grinding to level 69 is gonna make me would literally make me throw up at the thought of that. Like, I'm good. And it's one of those things, if it happens, cool. But I'm not going to go sit there like some people I know in this game and sit on a training dummy and grind for 14 hours a day just to keep my rank 1 growth badge. You can go fuck off. I would actually like to say that I'm somewhat human. Well, yeah, you could sit on a training dummy and get EXP, but I'm not going to do. I'm not going to just do that. More human than human. Yep. Minigame, 4 shallows. Whoops. So yeah, meme goals are fun and all. Partially put them there to appease Narama a little bit. Listen. I'm listening. All the knowledge is definitely something that all of the people you would do. You're not wrong. There has been a time and a place in my life where I have sat down and actually considered that. What's the damn bunny spawn messing me up? Look at me, I'm the most knowledgeable BDO player. I mean, technically, I did that on Xbox. I was one of the very first people to hit 300 energy on Xbox. Back when that launched, like, I felt so proud of myself. The fact that everybody was like 80, 90 energy, and I was already like 300, 320. Was going the wrong way. Because, I mean, my thought was at the time, get max energy and start rolling Night Vendor and gathering. Alright. We're truffled out. So, I'm ending at 1,500 truffles. All this because you were going to show Ace some stuff on the podcast? Well, so I sat there. It was actually a few days after the podcast. I finally pulled the game back up and I was looking at it. And that was the point where I was sitting there thinking about what did I actually have realistically left to do in the game. And the list was actually much shorter when it started. Which was get the Guru trade, hit a deck accessory, and I think like Guru 50 Alchemy. And then should have just uninstalled at the podcast. Well, that was part of the thought of it was, what would it take to completely walk away from BDO with never having any regret of, I didn't do this? Because the one thing that always was eating at me is I knew I had that Guru trade run just sitting there, ready. So, I mean, we've got that by now. I mean, I just did it the other day. We finally hit the longest running goal in Black Desert. Guru 1 trade. And then when I looked at all the buffs that I had a year's worth of buffs. And I was like, so you're telling me I never have to spend $1 and I could play this game for a year. Because I already had spent it. With all buffs. Okay. I mean, you have to realize I hit a lot of these goals within almost a week of each other. So I got the Guru trading, I got the Deck Karazad, we got the Sovereign offhand, I hit pen weapons minimum, I even got pen Manos Gathering Close. We added this once Narama showed me the Seraph. And I already had a Scroll of Equilibrium. So I didn't have to spend anything. And when I found that my Valk had $200 worth of pearls just sitting on it, Logic just said, so you're re-rolling, right? And you're going to play with the Seraph a little bit, because it's kind of like the Valkyrie you always wanted. Before Christmas Tree Awakening showed up. So I didn't have to spend anything there. Because I think I had originally bought those pearls. They were going to be like a backup of if I ever needed to buy buffs, I think is what was realistically done there. How many beer do I need to have to be to consider having one BDO? You need to be able to vendor your beer and buy Penfall God, or you need to be able to buy the what is it? This. Obliterating Fallen God Armor. Yeah, vendor it and buy this. So you need to be able to vendor 2 trillion silver, 1.7 trillion silver. You want to do all the beer? That's all the beer. Okay, it's either that or all the knowledge. Keep in mind, that's what he says me. It's either that, it's all the knowledge. Oh, shit. It's 86 silver. So it was 1.7, like 8. Divided by 83. That is 21,400,000,000 beer. If I'm doing the math right. He said he was going to make all the beer, and I mean, that's all the beer. $1 billion. It's still a lot of fucking beer. Let's see here. 170. So that's 100 million, billion, 100 billion, trillion. Yeah, it's 20 billion beer to do it at the vendor. Almost a Okay, hold on. 172 divided by... We'll give you the average of 3,000. Yeah, 500 million beer. That's why I'll put the average at like 3,000, because you'll probably sell some lower, some higher. If I do that, does it count? I mean, if you pre-order a Wailing Fallen God piece on raw sheer willpower of selling beer, yes, you won BDO.
You can keep more goods if you get a house in town and use it for storage.
You very much won BDO. I'm already 200,000 beer, and anyone... Shit. It's wild. Okay. So let me check the alchemy spreadsheet now. So truffles are now at... Oh, actually, I think we got enough. 9,454. Yep. I have 400 more truffles than I needed. Perfect. Ancient mushrooms. 3,135. And then let's see here. We need ancient mushrooms. I got 3,000 on the dot. All right, so I'm good on mushrooms. Ash sap. You can't even do this. Owned ash sap is 42514. 514 over on that. Okay, so I have all of that. So tomorrow, what I really need to focus on is we need to focus on getting pure powder reagents made. We need to... I think we're going to have to do a little bit of gathering tomorrow.
You can use the storage even at home.
I got 19,000 troll blood, and I need 39,000, so I need 20,000 troll blood. So I need to do a full hour at trolls, from what I remember. Let's see here. Troll blood. If I blow 20,000 aggregates, I can get 17,000. So yeah, we may blow 20,000 aggregates and try to grab that tomorrow. Josh, time for me to bed. Just want to check in real quick. See you later. Night. Sleep well. Yeah, good night. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Enjoy your morning tomorrow, and we'll see you later. So yeah, Troll Blood will be tomorrow. So to-do list is pure powder, clear, liquid, gather troll blood. 15,000 deer blood. I think I have that. Yes, I do. 6,000 wolf blood. I have 41,000 wolf blood. Lizard blood is 6,000. I've also got rhino blood. We got fox blood. Alchemy and oils. We need to craft beast blood, a round of beast blood, a round of center's blood. So I need our lizard blood and rhino blood, wolf blood, troll, lions. I still wish they would just go hard and just completely sink all these down to one blood. And make it so much easier. So each group is just one physical blood. I'm kind of low on this. We may have to we may have to bear grind. Yeah, outside that, I think we're pretty much there. We also could go look at doing some calf resistance to try to convert these deep sea elixirs that I have. Probably gonna have to buy some fruits. We'll worry about that more in the moment. So yeah, progress is on its way. We've got everything queued up on my spreadsheet. So now it's just execution of execution time on doing this. So we'll see how it goes. But thanks everybody. I appreciate y'all coming and hanging out. Tomorrow we will continue on some sort of grind. Not 100% sure what we'll end up doing or how we end up doing it, but we'll get there. Not too shabby of a run today, that's for sure. So yeah, we'll be on tomorrow after dinner and try to get some more shit done. Get ready for the big weekend grind. So yeah, see y'all later.